Season 2 of the PatandJT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Hurrdat Media Network.
All right.
The code you need to get a great deal on Sweetstock tickets is PatandJT. PatandJT at sweetstock.com. Show's August 28th. We want to see you there. Maybe we might not. We haven't seen you for a long time. We haven't done events in person.
Yeah.
We've done a couple over the last few years, but going out and meeting a whole bunch of people, I can't wait.
It's been
a minute.
It's been a couple years, actually, because the last time we did it really was when Rocket was in town.
Yeah. 2 summers. God, that's already been.
Right?
Yeah.
That was
2 years
2 years ago.
That's crazy how fast time's going. So,
And the reason that popped in my head is 2 reasons, because Rocket's helping out a friend of ours, Dave Wingert, who works at Boomer Radio, filling in mornings for a week, which he's kind of like, he's super, super jacked, but also a little nervous.
I bet.
Like, it's like, oh my God, it's like a first date after 10 years. Oh my God.
I bet he is.
I know how to do this, but I'm really nervous. And then also the fact when we were talking to Jen Mann on yesterday's episode that she was going to be at Ray's, which is where we had the event in Midtown. At Midtown
Yeah, and that's where.
Crossing,
Yeah,
right?
you're right.
And so it's like these circles are colliding. All this stuff is coming together. I'm like, oh my God, it's been 2 years since we were down there for Rocket Man for the movie.
Yeah, for the movie Rocket Man.
Is what it was.
Yeah, so
Can't
it's awesome. So we
believe
want to
that.
see you at Sweetstock, August 28th. Go to sweetstock.com. And the links is
Yeah.
also in our description
Oh.
of this episode, and use PatandJT as the code. Get $10 off.
And when you're on sweetstock.com, kind of float around a little bit. There's a lot of information on there. If you've never been to Tom Hannafin River's Edge Park, there are places to park on both sides of the river. If you've never, where people can go and what's going on, you can kind of get an idea of where the general admission tickets are, which is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the VIP area. There's an Ultra VIPs apparently sold out
Yeah, that's craziness.
2 days ago. I'm like, that's awesome. And I know somebody who bought Super VIP. The Ultras, who bought the Ultras.
We're at that,
and they're coming in from Chicago.
Yeah, and they don't want to have to worry about GA stuff. They want to be pampered a little bit.
Yeah, and she says, I said, if I'm going to come to this, she says, I want to have a seat that I know is for me, because then you don't have to schlep in a chair, right? And so same with the VIP. If you're GA, totally get it, because you really don't care if you have a chair. I know who you are.
Yeah.
But and if you want to, you can absolutely bring in chairs, and there's plenty of room for all of that. But I thought it was kind of cool, though. But you can get a real good idea for how things are going to be laid out, what the parking's like. Somebody had asked about entry for those that are disabled. How, where's the parking? There's parking set up for that. There'll be people there helping with parking. And there's also all the information COVID-wise, the latest updates. Everything is right up there. And then just to mention, too, as we speak, today is the 12th. Coming up this Saturday, which is the 14th, is going to be a pop-up vaccination, which is at Girls Inc. on 42nd Street. So you can, and that information's on there also. Yeah. And with the vaccination, when you go get the free vaccination, the deal that was made with the medical community that's helping with this, and actually they're running that. We are not. You're glad to know, right?
Yes.
We are not running.
There are only certain shots that we do, and that's not. We don't administer those kind of shots.
We're promoting their the pop-up vaccination via Sweetstock, but that we're going to be able to include 2 free tickets, general admission, for each one. So kind of cool. But all the information's on there.
It's all right
That's
there.
Where I would read the
information.
information.
You look at me like I'm knowing the information. I mean, I read it in our meeting.
What's our code? What's our code, Pat?
We need to look at.
PatandJT.
We need to find some information out of in our contract yesterday. And Jill's like, "What's the blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "Dude, are you serious? I wouldn't even know where to search for that." I said, "I'll look, but if you want it in a timely manner, you better just search for it, because I don't know."
Once the direct deposit went through, I'm done.
Like what?
The first one's done. We're good. Let's roll.
God, like what? Know your audience.
So I have to ask, because I need an update. First off, a couple of things. I want to know if, because we talked about the cat situation at your house and the kittens, the cat and kittens, and Beth saying that, she can't have 5 cats. Did she understand my logic in it? Yes, she absolutely can.
Because she's married, yes.
Yes,
She can have as
she's
many
fine.
kids. So, okay, yes. So update on the cats. We've been going back and forth on this, on whether the little kittens were old enough to be taken from their mom yet. Whatever. We had some people from rescues come out and just kind of look at the situation. And we decided that we were just going to kind of let them ride because it's a great place to live. The mom picked a great spot. Safe.
Good deal.
So, but then the neighbors whose shed is on their property, they were babysitting some dogs this week.
Are you kidding?
Like worst spot, right? And they said, well, we'll put them on leashes and take them out. Like, well, I mean, they're going to be there for a week. We're not going to have you do that, you know?
Nah,
so
stress.
we thought, okay, so maybe we got to kind of put the pedal to the metal on this and get these guys out sooner than later. So the rescue lady came out, brought her the live trap, whatever, this whole system down. It's so great. And the plan was to catch the 2 kittens first and then use them. This is the way they do it. Use them as a lure for the mom.
Right.
And it worked. First of all, these little guys are the cutest things, like heartbreakingly
cute. Of course they
are.
are.
Oh my God. And their hiss, they're so pissed.
I saw
get so mad.
I follow an account on Facebook. I know, strange, right? Foster kittens.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's all these people that help any of these humane societies when they have a ton of kittens, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh God, kitten season. And so they help them out with raising them. And somebody said something about the absolute, I can't imagine not hearing the sound of small kittens playing. And she says, no, seriously, I've never not had kittens in my house. I mean,
like,
seriously,
really, what's it like?
I seriously have no idea what it's like. And she's got this video of these 3 little kittens, and they're all facing the same direction, like head to tail. Mm-hmm. And the first one is just like wide-eyed, looking around at stuff in that age where they're kind of tipsy, and the tail's wagging and stuff. So the next 2 are both playing with the one in front's tail. So they're trying to catch the tail of the one in front of them.
It's the best. It's so damn cute.
And not one of them has an idea that somebody's touching their tail. Right.
It's like, what is going on?
Yeah, they're too busy doing it, but it's so cute.
They're seriously the cutest little babies. Anyway, so we got the 2 little ones, but we didn't get them the way that we had planned because when we decided to kind of roll on it, they were both away from the hole where they slept.
Kittens do wander around then.
A little bit. And actually just the last couple days because they really didn't before. That's why we think the mom moved them there from some other place because they just weren't familiar. But anyway, they got out like 5 or 6 feet away from the hole. So we're like, okay, we got to go. We got to do this and try to catch them. So we had gloves on. And the mom just sat there and just kind of hissed at us. And so she's not like terribly scared of us. But these little kitties were so fast and quick. And we ended up getting both of them and putting them into a little carrier. And then we tried to lure the mom in to another live trap. And it worked perfectly, absolutely perfectly, except as soon as she went in, the thing that dropped to lock it didn't lock. And so she ran right back out. So of course we tried to reset it, and for the next 2 hours, she would go around it. She would not go in there.
She says, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
So we took the kittens inside last night and brought them back out this morning. The rescue lady came this morning, brought them back. It's just heartbreaking all night. I actually have screenshots because, first of all, I will post this if my wife says I can. I have a picture of what our backyard looks like right now, and it's literally we have a webcam on a ladder with 15 5-foot extension cords daisy chained together. And and our neighbor called us to us, hey, I see your webcam, and it's this. There's cat traps, there's whistles, there's all this stuff, and it's just a disaster. Anyway, so we sat up after we took the little kittens inside into our bathroom area and just sat and watched the webcam, and this mom, just heartbreaking, looking for her. She wasn't meowing or anything, but just looking. And it was, it was 11 o'clock before I fell asleep, woke up every couple hours. Like it was terrible night's sleep. And so this morning we went out and tried to do the live thing again, and it didn't work. So, the mom kind of does her little routine, went around the neighborhood, and she'll come back. But they took the kittens to a place so they can nurse. And then they're going to bring them back and try to reunite them this afternoon. Yeah. So it's a whole process, and it made us learn. This is something that Beth's wanted to do for a long time, and I'm on board with it, to foster. But we realized that it's up way above our head. It's so hard to do, and the people that do it, man, I have a whole new respect for people that rescue animals and take care of them.
The rescuers are the tough ones, but I think there are more foster fails than not. Because foster fail means you keep them. So that'd be not foster. That would be I'm going to keep you. We are not going to give you up to somebody else.
And it's hard because you gotta know how to socialize them and spend time with them. And when you have a mom that's scared and mad, and the kids are, just don't know what's going on, it's just tough. So we're gonna let the pros do it, just because we don't want to do it. We don't want to screw it up.
Oh my goodness!
But
that's how I got Benny, my barn kitty Benny. But that was mom and dad's barn kitty. But they're all just wild feral cats. And there's like all black cats, and then there's one orange one. What the hell? And you're like
carrot top over there.
And when I say there's got to be 20 kittens easily, maybe more. And they have little feed tubs, like horse feed tubs that are down low to the ground. They get in the feed tubs and they eat. So they're eating solid food. But Benny was born under a tractor in deep grass, and so well shaded, really good spot. But there was no other kittens, and then the mama cat went away, and so Benny was living under this tractor. And when somebody would walk by, you'd see her peek her head out, little black fluffy head with blue eyes.
So funny.
Like, what are you doing? And then sooner or later, she finally starts coming along. Then she would follow you everywhere. And so we're like, okay, we got a problem because she's got nobody. She's got no tribe. Mm-hmm. So she was just like latched onto people. And the first time she came running after me because we went over to check on her, and it was late last summer. And we turned around to go back to the barn, and I turn around and she's running as good as she can, but she's kind of listing to the left as she's running, trying to and doing little leaps to catch up with us.
Oh, that's so sad.
And
so obviously you take her.
So obviously,
obviously it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. She hasn't been outside again since. So
she's like, and she's probably happy about that.
She doesn't even, when the door's open, they don't even
care.
No,
like,
we're good.
We were out there. We lived that life on the streets.
We get fed. We get water.
She doesn't touch us.
Nope. She leaves us alone.
It's fantastic. Best house ever. I want to keep those little kittens. Though. They're
know.
just so.
I don't see any reason why you can't.
If we can get them socialized, like if we can get
in a heartbeat,
once they get weaned from their mom and they're eating, and then it'd be easier, I think, to work with the kittens. I don't know. It's just a lot.
It won't take long
so
for them
cute.
to get, that happens fairly quickly.
And of course, Beth didn't take any pictures of them. I texted her this morning. She's like, no, I didn't. She takes pictures of everything. And she doesn't have this. But we have it's funny. I'll show you this. Our Wise camera, our little, here's the view from our backyard. Because we do have the trap still set in case during the day she goes back there. This is must watch TV today for me. I have to prop my phone up and just kind of look.
Why don't you get a Patreon on that?
That's actually, hopefully it's not around long enough.
Cat trap
to where we can get funded by Patreon.
A buck a person.
Oh gosh,
see what you should get, and everybody can watch the live cam in your backyard.
And then this morning I realized, and I wasn't going to out myself, but I will. In Coffeegate around here, the brand new coffee machine is amazing. It's incredible. It's a robot at space age. I legit have been making tea all week. I thought it was English breakfast, and I thought it was a glorious mild blend coffee. And so I've been drinking English because it literally put cream and sugar in my tea all week. No wonder I've been freaking tired.
He says, "Okay, I'll be right there because we're going to record for our episode today. Okay, I'm going to go make some coffee first." And I looked at him. I said, "You're making your own because you had bought on Monday, and so now you're making your own with the new machine." And I'm like, okay, that bigger cup will fit under there, right? Because you can take the other thing out, like the Keurig. You can take that. Yep. And, didn't know that. That sounds great. So I thought, I'm just going to follow along just to make sure everything's okay because I kind of hover. And so,
thank God you did.
And he puts in the packet, and this is how smart this machine is. He puts the packet in. He asks for coffee because it's got the display. So he taps the coffee, tells it how much, and it says, something is wrong. Continue anyway. And he's like, it says that every time I do it. Every time.
I hit continue anyway, all the time. And it's like, okay.
I've never seen that before. What are you doing?
And I think, in my mind, well, this machine's broken already. Like it's a dumb smart machine.
So maybe you put the packet in backwards because it reads the barcode on the front, so it knows what it's making. It must be you're putting them in backwards. And then I realized, he's taking them off the dispenser backwards. That's probably what it is. And then he looks at the packet and he turns around and he says, wait, this is tea? I said, it says right on the screen, you're drinking English raspberry tea or something. I don't know what it was.
It wasn't flavor, but it was just tea. English breakfast.
And that's why it was confused because you asked for coffee and then you put in tea, so it read the barcode and it's like, I don't know what to do with this. How am I supposed to make this?
This is fantastic coffee.
So now you have coffee this morning.
Actually, it makes really good coffee. I will say that. So I actually have coffee.
So you were about to give a poor Yelp review to the taste of the coffee.
This whole week,
it wasn't.
I think I've had probably 6 teas this week. 6 hot teas, maybe 5 hot teas.
Coffee, with sugar and cream.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
2 things I'm bringing to the table. One is timely relevant because it's happening as we speak tonight on the night of the 12th. If you're a baseball fan, and honestly, I don't watch a lot of baseball, but I love baseball movies if they have Kevin Costner in them.
Yeah. Kevin Costner is the best actor for baseball movies ever.
And probably the best baseball movie, at least longevity-wise, over 30 years, Field of Dreams. And that was is it Dwyersville, Iowa? Dwyers?
I'm not sure. It sounds familiar.
They're playing an actual game there.
It's about time.
So they're having the Yankees and the White Sox are playing a game. And so the tickets are fieldofdreamstickets.com.
Okay, that's
and
cool.
so I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I wonder, let me take a look at this fieldofdreamstickets.com. Let's go there. Okay, yes, we can continue Evernote. It's cool. And I thought,
My dad's been over there a couple times, and he's got like
Just
a
to
commemorative
see it?
ball for it. Yeah.
build it and they will come,
Yeah,
right?
build
That
it
whole
and
thing?
Frank will come. And Frank did.
And Frank did. Frank's here. Frank's here. Frank's here. So it's today, 15 hours away. So it says now available Field of Dreams tickets for sale. All right, great. How much a pair? $4,157.
I get. Well, if you remember the bleachers? There's only seats like 40 people, so
Right?
you got to spend a lot to get there.
So you get that's general admission, and then section. I don't know what section L15 is, but apparently you get to sit on Kevin's lap.
Wow.
14,000.
Did you bid on that one? Sit on Kevin's lap? Is Kevin
That's
going to
not
be
even
there?
a bid. I think he is supposed to be there. I think that was part of the deal, because there's a Field of Dreams movie, a sequel that's going to be coming, I do believe, and the kid who played the guy who played his dad, because you remember he had the bad relationship with his dad, Kevin Costner,
Yes.
and his dad. The guy who played the young
version of
Dad
yes.
is now going to play Kevin Costner's role.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
So there might
Sweet.
be. So it's kind of cool, but I don't know the whole story on that, but I do know that Field of Dreams apparently they're going to be doing another one, which is kind of cool.
Awesome. Yeah, great. One of the best movies of all time. Not just baseball movies, just one of the best movies of all time. Such a great
without
movie.
a doubt. And the cast they had was great, and so I'm sure that they'll do great. And then I also heard, if you like Longmire, which was I think an A&E television show, and it ended in 2017. Had 6 seasons. I put up 7 because there's going to be another one. Had 6 seasons, and they ended it, and it was weird because they were on A&E for like 3 seasons, and then Netflix picked them up for 3 more, 4 more, whatever, however that worked out, and then it ended abruptly. And that was like Lou Diamond Phillips is in that, and it's got a great cast, and I love that whole show, and it just ended, and then nothing. And now it looks like they're going to have another season coming up. Whether it's on Netflix is still up in the air, but there's a season.
Sweet.
Somebody's behind it, so that's coming up. And rumor mill, David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston.
I saw this yesterday. Is it happening? Is it really?
They're saying there was actually a real spark during the show 20 years ago, and that they reignited that spark when they did the reunion show.
Interesting.
Others are
Ross
saying
and Rachel are back together.
I know, right? And I'm like, really? Do I believe this? Or are they just
He's just such a
are they
gomer.
schlepping a book, or what are they doing?
He-
Like somebody's got a movie
Yeah.
coming out.
Something.
Or
Hey, whatever.
Something. But anyway, for the, whatever, just for easy eating, easy reading. Just a little imagination time that actually, yes, Ross and Rachel are together.
To me, he's the dopiest dude. Like,
Without a doubt.
He's the best. He's the best voice for a giraffe. Like on the whatever show that was, Into the Wild, whatever show ever, or The Wild, whatever that movie was. But yeah, he was the voice of the giraffe, so it's perfect. Yeah, his voice fits perfect. But he's just nothing about him says sex appeal at all.
No, and it's so weird though how invested people were that Ross and Rachel be together.
Yeah,
because they loved the idea of that. But then she was kind of dopey on the show too.
She was though not. She was. You can take that back.
So
she was one of the funniest
so hot,
characters.
You didn't hear a word she said.
It doesn't matter. Has Rachel ever said anything? She was hilarious. Like her character was hilarious.
Yeah.
Her timing was perfect,
Yeah.
and she's really was pretty. She's still pretty. Very pretty.
Do you still have her as your?
No, my screensaver.
Wasn't your screensaver? Was it? It was your. It was
wallpaper.
Your wallpaper on your
Yeah.
page. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He had the one where she's just wearing a red, white, and blue tie.
She loves America. What do I say? I love America.
God bless America.
God bless America. Way to go, Ross.
So there you go. So that's all I got.
That was a big one. Big episode.
Okay.
Okay, so don't forget, the promo code is PatandJT at sweetstock.com. Sweetstock.com.
Yes.
All the information about the show, tickets, everything there. Use our code when you check out. Get $10 off per ticket. Thanks for listening.
PatandJT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.